They've won at least a share of 5 straight Big Ten titles. They return nearly every significant skill player on offense, including Rose Bowl MVP Terrell Pryor. And they bring back 7 starters to a defense which ranked among the nation's top 5 a year ago. To say expectations are a bit elevated in Columbus these days is like saying there's a mild dislike between Ohio State and Michigan. Yes, even in the spring, the Buckeye faithful likely thinking about the maize and blue. The Buckeyes themselves focused on Saturday's spring game. Evan Turner in attendance. Early in the first quarter, Turner would see freshman quarterback Kenny Guyton look left and find DeVier Posey. Posey, a guy who had a terrific year at the wide receiver position in 2009. Just 1 catch for 14 yards on Saturday afternoon. Next play, Guyton again looking downfield, finding Torian Washington. Washington 3 grabs, 83 yards and 2 touchdowns. 28 yards on that one. Scarlet's next possession, our first look at Terrell Pryor. Looks pretty good. Over the middle to Jake Stoneburner for 23 yards and a first down. On the next play, it's Pryor to a familiar name in Dane Sanzenbacher. 33 yards on this pickup. Sanzenbacher, 4 catches, 61 yards, and a touchdown. Here is that touchdown coming from the arm of number 2, the 12-yard score as Pryor finishes the day 8 of 12, 108 yards and a touchdown. He was a perfect 4 of 4 for 65 yards on that drive alone. Some drama in the fourth quarter with the Scarlet down by 3. Bo Delandy had 5 carries and 28 yards. That one for the touchdown, putting the Scarlet up 14-10. Well, with just a minute to play, and the Grays still down by 4. Guyton to Washington for the game-winning score. Guyton 11 of 21, 167 yards and 2 TDs. Of course, Ohio State opens up on a Thursday night, September the 2nd, against Marshall, right here on the Big Ten Network. As the Bucs look to bear down on their 6th consecutive Big Ten title, they do so with a loaded roster on offense and only 2 significant losses on D in Kurt Coleman and Thaddeus Gibson. To make matters even worse for the rest of the league, Ohio State only plays 4 road games this season. That's all good news for Jim Tressel, who had this to say about Terrell Pryor after Saturday's scrimmage.
Yeah, I thought he was good. He was, you have to play the hand that's dealt you, and he knew that he wasn't going to play much, and he knew that, he couldn't go live on the run part of it, and so he focused on what he, could do, and which is work on his footwork and his coverage recognition, decision-making, and so forth. And I thought he did a pretty fair job, and I don't know how many throws he got in today. We were hoping he might get like 15 or so, but don't know how many it was, but I thought it was good. I thought they both got some good, very valuable reps. Under the gun, we tried to get those 2 to throw it as many times as we could and make decisions and whatnot, and I think you could go back and look at each of their performances and say they did some good things. And we really felt going into the last week of spring practice that we weren't sure as if our depth had progressed as much as we'd like it to. And we worked hard this week, all week leading up to the game and this game, to just keep getting better, because you need to have a deep team to have a chance at the championship.